Hello, Renee Flamont here. Coming off the last video made me start to think about how arguments start to ensue when there's an accusation of cheating. Of course, that's when you're going to get deep into an argument and you're both going to hash it out, say. You might sit there for 5 hours, 6 hours. I'm game. I was always game. I'll talk all night. The thing is, I want you to understand this. It's a tool that the narcissist uses. They're trying to out-argue you so that you get exhausted, throw your hands up, give up, and walk away. That is their goal, you guys. That is their goal. They think you're going to give up. Now, my narcissist had no idea who he was dealing with, okay? We're Italian. My mother was Italian. In our household, we yell, scream, holler. We all did that with each other. There's a lot of love, but that's what Italian people, Rhode Island people, we're loud, we yell, that's what we do, right? He didn't understand that arguing to me used to be, anyway, like a comfortable suit. Oh, you want to argue? I'm game. I pull up my chair, get my coffee, I'm game for 12 hours straight. You're not going to exhaust me. Many times they do, and that's what they're after. They don't want to argue, and they think they're going to out-argue you until the point that you aren't getting anywhere. You throw your hands up, you give it a minute, you give it a rest, you're going to bring it up next time. I can't get anywhere through to him. I'm going to end this right now. I'm exhausted. I have to go to work. I have to feed the kids. I have to do laundry. I have to live. I have to shower. I have to sleep. Whatever. Depending on how long you and your partner sit there and argue, right? But the thing is, I want you to understand this because it's just another tactic that they use. Oh, I just saw this. You guys, this is a men's shirt I got like a couple of weeks ago. And this is a tank top I found online. Look how much they go together. I know, right? A while back, like, I don't know, I was like, I'll wear them together. I feel like I want you to know that their goal is to exhaust you because we hang in there. And I did it. I didn't realize their goal was to exhaust me. I didn't realize that. I did not. So I would hang in there and argue for hours. First of all, you can't talk to drunk. I had a friend very simply say that to me once. You can't talk to drunk. I can't, this guy overdrank his life away. He was always drunk. I'm sitting there at midnight having a 3-hour conversation with a drunk narcissist. A drunk narcissist. Am I crazy? Am I crazy? First of all, trying to argue and reason with a narcissist is pointless. Second of all, now you're going to add drunk? Well, they're getting belligerent by the moment, at every moment. They're continuing to pour drinks. It's like a party for them. They're getting supply from you arguing with them. They're getting a rise out of seeing how upset you are. Their ego is swelling that you're so upset that they did this to you. They are absolutely 100% excited that you're that upset. Even though they're saying, oh, I'm so sorry, I'll never do it again. Mine had fake tears and everything. Oh my God, please. And I thought it was a good idea to continue to argue. You know what would be the shocker to the narcissist is if I had said, this is what I now understand. Here's what we know that I found out. This isn't good enough for me, this behavior. So bye-bye. A narcissist would go, me? Bye? What do you mean? Because they think they've sufficiently love-bombed you. They think they're being discreet. We talked about that a few videos back. I used a TV show as an example. The narcissist thinks they're being discreet and you don't know. They're trying to deny it. They're trying to tell you you're crazy. They're gaslighting their way through it, trying to tell you, I have a hair on my nose. They're trying to tell you that you're crazy for even thinking it. So when none of that works, which it wouldn't work again in my life, ever, I'm on to them. I can smell mistreatment a mile away. A mile away. And you might say, well, how do you know? One might slither in if they're really clever. You're right, if that were to happen. But when you demand time and action from someone, a lot of time and action from someone, I challenge anybody to keep that ruse up for that long. A narcissist is going to get exhausted if someone's too difficult to get through. I'm not swooning over anybody fast, ever again. So they'll move on to the next easy target. So when it comes to the argument part, I don't think I'd even get to that part. I don't think I would, because I don't think I would get that involved with someone unless I really knew their character. Say a narcissist slips in and I don't catch it, and they're really patient, and it's been a year. Time and action were perfect, and now all of a sudden they fold and I start to see things. I'm letting them go. I'm prepared to let it go. I will never, ever, 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 ever again give someone the satisfaction of arguing with them for 6 hours or 5 hours or 3 days on and off over the same issue, because they never really give you any answers. So you have to keep picking at them, and then they make you feel like a nag. Didn't we talk about this already? No, we haven't talked about it at all, because you don't say anything. No, because you're vague. No, because their goal is to exhaust you. They want you to give it up. They want you to say to yourself, oh, I got it. Can you see? It was right on my nose. Their goal is to have you go, oh, forget it. It's easy to just ignore it. Oh, forget it. You're impossible to talk to. I'm going out with my friends. I can't talk to you. And then you hope it gets swept under the carpet and you never have to deal with it again. Meanwhile, they're already doing the same thing. The second you walk out the door, they're on the phone with the person that you were just arguing with them about cheating on you with, making another date. That's how much they care about everything you just said. And if you're new and you don't know this, my audience knows this. There was a 3 or 4 hour fight one day. We were sitting there. Again, when I was silly enough to try to argue with somebody for 4 hours, the phone goes off by the person that the argument was about. So you still coming to Boca Tuesday? Right? The conversation we were having, the 4 hours, it wasn't even an argument. It was, we ordered pizza, we're turning over a new leaf, discussing loyalty. He's discussing how he's going to go forth, and I've taught him now what loyalty means, and yes, I want to do that with you, and no way would I ever do that again, and that was just out of a habit, and I've done that for 40 years. I don't know any other way to behave, but for you, I want to behave. I've never been in love before. Bloop. I said, show me your phone. And I'm not. That's what you turn into when you're with a narcissist. But I just could, and it said, are you still coming to Boca? And you know what? The triangulation was rampant. Because even in the middle of all of that, he had a smirk on his face when he showed me his phone. Well, I can't help if she's texting me. Excuse me, are you still coming to Boca Tuesday? Sounds like you had conversations already about you coming, because she used the adverb still. Of course, he was too dense to understand what I meant. You don't say, are you still coming to Boca Tuesday, if you haven't had a previous conversation about it. It wasn't, hey, how you doing? I haven't talked to you in a long time. No. No. So they're still behaving the way that you are. They're just waiting for you to shut up. They're hoping they can out-talk you, out-argue you, outlast you, until you shut up and get exhausted and throw your hands up and realize it's pointless to argue with them. And then you walk away, done with the argument, thinking, well, I said everything that I could. He said he was sorry. He looked upset. I'm just going to hope it doesn't happen again. I guess that argument was good enough. You're exhausted. That was their goal. Their goal was to make you exhausted. I swear to God. It's a tool they use. I want you to look out for this, because many people get into this trap and they do throw their hands up and they do get exhausted and they give up. Now, does that mean I say to you, keep arguing for the 7th, 8th, and 9th hour? No. What I'm asking you to do is look at the situation, the truth in front of you, and ask yourself, is arguing even worth it? Is it even worth it? I'm not telling you to, you might as well leave. I'm not saying that, but is arguing even worth it? Or do you really think you're going to get anywhere with this person who feels entitled to behave this way and feels perfectly fine and justified in behaving that way? They don't care that we're upset. They don't mind arguing. They're down for that. They're down for that. That's fine. But they're not going to give you the answers you want. You're not going to ever get the explanation that you want. And you certainly are not going to be satisfied at the end of any argumentative state with a narcissist. You will leave hungry for answers, not knowing more than you started. They double talk, they word salad, they don't answer the question, they get off on a tangent, and if they're drunk, it's even worse. You can't talk to drunk, and you can't argue with a narcissist. They want to make you exhausted to give up. I just wanted to point this out. A lot of people don't know that's a tool they use. Yet another lovely tool brought to us by the narcissist. I challenge you, please have a look out on this. And the next time you're in an argument, 3-4 hours, say to yourself, oh my God, Renee's right. That's what he's trying to do. Or she, you put your own pronoun in. We always say mine's he for a romantic partner, so my stories follow that. But then you're sitting there and you're going, oh, she's right. We're on hour 4. On hour 4, has he said much more than hour 1? Has he offered anything more in hour 5? Did you get any answers to any questions? Are you satisfied? Or are you simply spent? Are you just flat out and you're about to give up? Again, I don't say that so you kick into 6, 7, and 8 hours. I say that so that you can look at it, and at least if you're not leaving, don't bother. Don't bother exhausting yourself with the conversation. Quietly make plans with what you think you want to do with your life. If you want to leave them, if you want to get counseling, whatever your situation is your own. But to sit there and argue with a narcissist for hours, their goal is to exhaust you, and I wanted to tell you that. Please go ahead and hit sub, like, and share. It's been a great week. Thank you for watching. Have a good weekend, and I will see you Monday.